Hello to you. You are live on ZIMBO TV GH News here in our studio at Dabala Junction. My name is Peter Nate Agyeman, and on our bulletin today, we're focusing on the former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, who passed away at age 76. Also, South Tonu MP Maxwell Kwame Luguto extends heartfelt condolences to the colleague MP and Agyeman-Rawlings families. Also to come, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings family appeals for privacy after her passing. And finally, on our bulletin, President John Dramani Mahama wishes God to grant Nana Konadu a peaceful rest. Let's settle for our details now. The former First Lady of Ghana, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, has passed away at the Rich Hospital in Accra. Sources close to the family have confirmed this to the media outlets. She was 76 years old. Nana Konadu, wife of the late former president, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, was Ghana's longest-serving First Lady, holding the positions across both military and civilian administration led by her husband. She served from June 4, 1979 to September 24, 1979 under the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council AFRC and aligned from 31st December 1981 to January 6, 1993 under the Provisional National Defense Council PNDC. She continued in the role during her husband's two constitutional terms from January 7, 1993 to January 6, 2001. Beyond her role as First Lady, Nana Konadu Agyeman was a pioneer in women's empowerment and political activism, founding the 31st December Women's Movement and later the National Democratic Party (NDP). In June 2012, she splitted from the NDC and formed the National Democratic Party (NDP). The Electoral Commission subsequently disqualified her and all 11 other presidential candidates for failing to meet requirements before the September 30th deadline to file nomination documents. She contested again in 2016 on the ticket of the NDP. In November 2018, she launched her first book, It Takes a Woman, a 33-page biography chronicling her journey from her youth in 1948 through to her years in political and social advocacy. The book was the first of the 4 volumes she intended to publish, offering deep insight into her political activism and experiences. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings made history in the year 2016 as the first woman to contest the presidency of Ghana, cementing her legacy as one of the most influential figures in the national, political, and social landscape. Let's now take you to the presidency. President John Dramani Mahama has declared 3 days of national mourning following the passing of former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. The period of mourning begins Friday, October 24th and will end on Sunday, October 26, 2025. A statement signed by Felix Kwachi Ofosu, spokesperson to the president and the Minister for Government Communications on Friday, October 24, said all national flags will fly at half-mast across public buildings, government installations, and Ghana's diplomatic missions worldwide. The gesture, according to the statement, is in honor of Miss Agyeman-Rawlings' memories and her distinguished services to the nation Ghana. It noted that the late former First Lady served Ghana with dedication and commitment, particularly in the areas of women empowerment, child welfare, and social development. The statement concluded saying that the government extends its deepest condolences to the family, her children, and all who mourn these irreplaceable loss. May her soul rest in perfect peace. The statement concluded. Away from the presidency, let's take you to the former president of the Republic of Ghana, former President Nana Akufo-Addo. He has expressed his deep sorrow over the passing of the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, describing her as a remarkable woman whose impact on women's empowerment and national development will endure for generations. In a statement issued on Thursday, October 23, 2025, the former president said he and his wife, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, were deeply saddened by the news of the untimely passing of the wife of the first president of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, the longest-serving First Lady in our history and the founder of the 31st December Women's Movement. He described Miss Rawlings as a role model for women in Ghana and across Africa, noting that her gender advocacy and empowerment initiative have left a lasting mark on the nation. The former president extended her condolences to the family, children of the late former lady, offering prayers of strength during these times of grief. Now let's take you to Parliament, where something happened as the death of the former First Lady happened. Parliament has adjourned its sitting following the death of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, the former First Lady of Ghana and founder of the 31st movement for the 31st Women's Movement. The announcement of the adjournment was confirmed by our parliamentary affairs reporter. And still in Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament in a statement has expressed his condolences to the former First Lady, where the Parliament of Ghana has expressed deep sorrow following the death of the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, describing her passing as a great loss to the nation. In a statement issued on Thursday, October 23rd and signed by the Director of Media Relations, David Sebastian Damwa, the House convened its condolences to the family of the late former First Lady and to all Ghanaians. According to the statement, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, together with the leadership and members of the House, noted with profound sadness and news of her sudden demise. The statement said, Parliament extends its deepest condolences to the immediate family and the general citizenry. Her life of service and dedication to our nation will remain a guiding light for generations to come. It further noted and highlighted Miss Agyeman-Rawlings' contributions to national development, particularly her advocacy for women and children, promotion of girl child education, and efforts in health and community development. The statement says she was passionate in her support of women and children, especially girls' education. She also made immense contribution in health and community development and championed the right and welfare of the vulnerable. Her warmth and commitment to national service will be remembered with profound respect and gratitude. As a mark of respect in recognition of a legacy, Parliament brutally adjourned its sitting on Thursday, October 23, 2025, and the House said the decision reflected in collective mourning and appreciation of her service, courage, and legacy. Let's still stay in Parliament, where the Member of Parliament for South Tongue constituency, Honorable Maxwell Kwame Lukuto, has extended his deepest condolences to the Agyeman-Rawlings family following the passing of the Ghana's first former lady, Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Honorable Lukuto described the late Nana Konadu as a trailblazer and pillar of strength whose contributions to national development, women empowerment, and democratic governance remains indelible in Ghana's history. He stated that the passing of Madam Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is a great loss not for only to her family but to the entire nation. She was a courageous leader whose advocacy for women, participation in leadership, and social justices has inspired generations. He further extended special sympathy to his colleague in Parliament, Honorable Zaneto Agyeman-Rawlings, who is a member of Parliament for Kolekote constituency, the eldest daughter of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings and the late former First Lady, assuring her the family of his thought and prayer during this difficult time. We still stay in Parliament, where the Member of Parliament for Takoradi also expressed a deep sorrow to the family of the late First Lady. Member of Parliament for Takoradi, Mr. Kobena Ochre Daku-Mensah, has paid glowing tribute to the late former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, describing her as a force in politics of Ghana, whose impact on women empowerment and national development can never be erased. Speaking in relation to news of her passing, the Takoradi MP highlighted Nana Konadu's instrumental role in mobilizing women through the 31st December Women's Movement and her contribution to legislative reforms that advance gender equality. He said, "But I believe that Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings has really been a force in politics in Ghana from the 31st December Women's Movement and the way she conscientized Ghanaians women to do so much for themselves," he marked. Now let's take you through the biography of her in our studio here at Dabala Junction. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, who often referred to as the Iron Lady of Ghanaian politics due to her activism in the 1980s and 1990s. She was also the first woman to run for president in Ghana, one of the many achievements that set apart from the rest. She was more than a first lady, an uncompromising force, a dedicated women's rights advocate, and a trailblazer who repeatedly challenged the political status quo, cementing her legacy as one of the most significant and formidable female figures in the nation's post-independence era. The long-serving First Lady. Born on November 17, 1948 in Cape Coast, Central Region, she received a secondary education at the prestigious Ashimota School, where she met her future husband, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings of the Seas. She went on to study art and textiles at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, and earned an interior design diploma from the London College of Arts in 1975. She served as a First Lady across two distinct political periods. First Lady briefly in 1979 during the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council AFCR, and then for nearly 2 continuous decades from December 31st, 1981 to January 7, 2001, spanning the Provisional National Defense Council PNDC military rule and the 2 civilian terms of the Fourth Republic. This longevity, the longest tenure in Ghana's history, gave her an unprecedented and powerful platform to effect social change. Now, the engine of women empowerment, 31st GWM. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is perhaps best remembered as a founder and president of the 31st December Women's Movement, 31st DWM, established in 1982. The movement was not merely a ceremonial NGO, it was a powerful grassroots machine focused on mobilizing and empowering women, especially in rural Ghana, driven by a belief that women held the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. The 31st DWM's achievements were concrete and widespread, transforming the role of women from mere recipients of aid to achieve political and economic participation. Her grassroots mobilizations, it mobilizes an estimated 2 million women across the country, encouraging their participation in community and national decision making. The movement established over 870 preschools across the region to free women engaged in economic activities. On her economic project, the 31st DWM supported numerous income-generating activities and small-scale village-level economic projects, encouraging women to save money for community development. On side of education and health, it ran extensive functional adult literacy programs to tackle high illiteracy rates among rural women and implemented public health programs focusing on nutrition and immunization. On front of legal and political reform, she was instrumental in advocating for legal changes, including the crucial role she played in the adoption of the State Succession Law PNDC 111, which drastically improved the inheritance right of widows and children, a vital shift away from traditional barriers where women often had no right to inheritance upon the death of their husbands. Furthermore, through her efforts, Ghana became the first nation in the world to approve the United Nations Convention on the Right of Child (UNCRC) in 1991. Agyeman-Rawlings often framed the movement as an essential political tool. Before 31st December 1981, they had no power of influence in law and politics. He says, I can see from the self-esteem and near arrogance of women that now we have actually been able to break through this thick wall. She once noted, highlighting the movement mission to empower. An unyielding political force and trailblazer, as her tenure as a First Lady, Nana Konadu remained a potent and uncompromising force within political arena in Ghana. Her influence is so significant that some analysts characterize her as a style of femocracy, a blend of feminist advocacy and political dominance. Her independent political ambition was fully realized when she served as first vice chairperson of the National Democratic Congress (NDC) in the year 2009. However, her relationship with the party, co-founded by her husband, fractured when she unsuccessfully challenged the late president John Evans Fifi Atames for the NDC flag bearership in 2011, a move that shocked the Ghanaian political establishment. Her final defining act of political courage came when she broke away from the NDC to found the National Democratic Party (NDP). In 2016, she became the first woman in Ghana's history to run for president, a monumental step that shattered a major political glass ceiling and inspired a generation. Though securing a small percentage of 0.16% of vote cast in 2016, her candidacy marked her as an enduring, fearless, and prominent for women leadership in highest office. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings' life was testament to grief, conviction, and an unyielding belief in the political and economic potential for Ghanaian women. She lives behind a nation deeply marked by her tireless activism, her bold political challenges, and the legacy of empowerment she gifted to millions of women across Ghana and the African continent. She was, in the truest sense, a pioneer who carved her own path through the complex and often unforgiving landscape for Ghanaian politics. May we end our bulletin with the family of her, where the family has appealed to the public to respect their privacy following her passing. The head of the family, Ohimaba Akwesi Abaye, confirmed that all relevant institutions has been officially informed about her death. Addressing journalists in Accra, Ohimaba said that the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II has been duly informed of the development. He indicated that further details regarding the funeral will be communicated in due course as the death of the deceased. So this brings us to the end of our bulletin here in ZIMBO Multimedia, where we, the crew, also extend our deepest condolences to the family and the Ghanaian citizen. Do thank you for listening and hearing our news from us this